Hello everyone and welcome to this month's Qubit Networks Employee Spotlight. Today I'm here with Kris Martin. He is our Customer Satisfaction Manager. Kris, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So we were talking before we started filming. Kris has been with us for 8 years, or with me for 8 years,
Correct.
but you've been a little bit at New Age, a little bit at Qubit.
Yes.
So you came in at Qubit, went to New Age,
to New Age.
now you're back home,
Yep.
right? And so I appreciate your longevity.
Absolutely.
Especially riding through some of my crazy ideas. So, okay, so we're gonna learn a little bit more about Kris.
Sure.
Describe a day in the life of a customer satisfaction manager.
A day in the life of a customer satisfaction manager. So I get up, I come to work.
Yeah.
As
That's a
soon
good
as I get
start.
here- yes, absolutely. As soon as I get here, I manage the Qubit Networks help desk.
Huh?
Okay. So what I look out for, number one, I check to see if there's any new tickets that came in and triage those to the appropriate engineer.
Yeah.
Second thing that I look for is I look for communication. I make sure that's happening amongst the engineers and our client.
Yeah.
And if it's not, I will remind the engineer of what needs to happen. But I try to make sure that communication is happening. We're being proactive with our communication with our clients.
Yep.
I also do a little bit of voice over IP,
Yep.
telephone work. So anytime there's any issues with some phones, circuits,
Yeah.
or any new additional phones that need to be registered, I do that type of work as well.
Yep.
And that's usually pretty much it.
Yeah.
I work with our project manager with some projects and getting updates from engineers.
We like to kind of say that you're kind of responsible for keeping the trains on time.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like
Yep.
you don't necessarily know how the train's driven, but you want to make sure it's on time.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's
Correct.
awesome. You do a fantastic job at
I
it too.
appreciate it.
Everybody does. Okay. If you had the opportunity to meet anyone of your choice, who would it be?
So this was a tough one, but I guess I got to go back to my childhood, and it'd probably be Michael Jordan.
Awesome. Yes.
My favorite basketball player, just sports player in
Yeah.
general. Just his grit, his toughness on the court, his
Right.
leadership.
Commitment to winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
His passion with the game was just like no other.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
definitely someone I'd love to meet.
Cool. What is a funny story that your family would tell about you?
So this is another one I had a hard time with. I'm sure they could come up with several, but I'm very prone to injury when I take my shoes off. And what you're probably thinking is, well, what's he talking about? Well, it seems like every time I'm at home and I unwind for the day, take my shoes off, I end up stubbing my toe. And my family always gives me a hard time.
That's
It's just
interesting.
something that
Yeah. That's funny.
they always laugh at me about.
Gotcha.
So.
So if I ever see you walking around the office with your shoes off, I should be worried about
Absolutely,
a possible
yes.
workers' comp claim coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't let me do that.
All right, sounds good. If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
So any job in the world, probably a starting pitcher for any Major League Baseball team.
Yes.
But if I could pick, the best job would be for me being a starting pitcher for the Chicago White Sox.
There you go. Yeah.
That's my favorite team. It was when I was growing up.
What would be your main pitch? Do you know?
My main pitch? Probably a curveball.
Yeah.
I could somewhat throw that when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
But I loved. I like the way the ball curves in there. And
Sure.
Just the whole mechanics. With
Yeah,
the
that's
pitch.
awesome. All right, last question.
Mhm.
When you get a chance to vacation, where do you like to go?
So for the past probably 4 or 5 years, my family and I, we like to go up to Traverse City, Michigan.
Yeah.
Just Michigan in general.
Yeah.
Beautiful state.
Yeah.
Just love going up to Traverse City. It's good, relaxing vacation.
Yep.
We usually get a hotel right there on Lake Michigan and just relax for the week.
It's a great place to be, especially in
Absolutely.
summertime.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, Kris, thanks so much for your
Thanks for having me.
longevity and thanks for
Yes, sir.
just all your hard work here. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you.